To your knowledge, did Attorney General Pam Bondi speak to the president about what was in the Epstein files?
I can't speak for Attorney General Pam Bondi.
So to your knowledge, you don't have any information. The question was, do you have any knowledge? Bondi told Trump that he was in the Epstein files, and at the same meeting said that the DOJ did not plan to release the files. Yesterday, you testified. Why have you not met with them? You said you haven't met with them. Have you met with them? I'll give you one more chance.
My job as the FBI director is to invite
Is the
all
answer yes or no
leads.
to whether or not you met with these women who were sexually abused and raped?
Any insinuation by you or any
What
people
is
on
the
your
an-
side that I am not manhunting child predators and sex traffickers, just look at the
Mr.
stats.
Patel,
And you talk
Mr.
about
Chairman,
cover-ups, man.
Mr. Chairman,
you
this
talk
is
about
my time,
cover-ups.
and I will take as much time as I
Where were
want.
you during the
Instruct
Obama
the
and
witness,
Biden
Mr.
administrations
Chairman.
when these so-called
Instruct the
cover-ups were
witness.
going on?
Mr.
Why did
Chairman.
anyone in those administrations talk to any of these purported...
Tempers flared on Capitol Hill as Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal clashed with FBI Director Kash Patel in a heated debate that quickly turned personal. What started as a policy discussion erupted into a full-blown confrontation, raising tough questions about civil liberties, surveillance, and political accountability inside America's most powerful law enforcement agency.
One video and said that there was nothing more to see. Your July memo says you uncovered more than 300 gigabytes of data and physical evidence, but that you had decided no further disclosure would be appropriate or warranted. That is a quote. I think what happened, Mr. Patel, is that suddenly you discovered that Donald Trump's name was all over these files, and you started a giant cover-up. So you are under oath, Mr. Patel. I'll ask you this in a second, but let me tell you about the survivors, and let's bring them up here into the room. These are women who came to the Hill and testified that they were groomed and raped at the age of 14 and 16 years old, and they called to meet with the president and to meet with the FBI and to have people investigate their claims. Some of them have never testified before. If you are so interested in getting the public to submit any information, why? I'm asking you if they're credible.
Ma'am, I'm commenting on the evidence we have. We have routinely asked for people to come forward with more evidence, and we will look at it. And the evidence that we have was the same evidence that the Biden and Obama Justice Departments had. And they determined, not me, they determined that that information was not credible.
Chairman, he's not letting me even ask my questions.
You ask the questions, he gives an answer. You may not like what he says,
No,
but that doesn't mean you get to interrupt
he's not answering
him.
my question.
Mr. Chairman, could we restore the gentlelady 45 seconds so she can
We'll
complete
give her
her
an additional
question?
30 seconds, which is what I said
I'm going
earlier.
to keep taking my time. Because
you'll take
here's
the time
thing.
that you get.
You are
30
not
seconds.
answering the question. The question
I have. You just don't like the answer.
Are these women credible? It's a yes or no answer.
I have answered the question.
Well,
and
what
I
is
keep
the
telling
answer?
you, I'm the only FBI director that has welcomed new information in this
Okay.
case. This
You're
administration is the only one that has welcomed any new information in this
Is there
case.
a yes or no to
Present
whether the
new credible
victims are
information.
credible?
Present new information.
Are the victims credible
The victims-
or not?
I'll tell you what happened in the last Trump
Are
administration.
they credible or not? You can't even
Victims
say.
credibly came forward, and you know what happened? President Trump authorized the indictments of
President
Jeffrey
Trump
Epstein,
called them
not Biden,
a hoax.
not Obama,
President Trump
no one
called
else.
the entire thing a Democratic hoax. So I would like to ask
The gentlelady's time has expired. I gave her the additional 45 seconds she requested. The gentlelady yields back. The gentleman from New
Mr. Chairman,
Jersey is
I would like
recognized
to
for his
ask if
5
you would
minutes.
meet with the women who were sexually
time does not belong.
abused and raped and groomed
time does
at
not
the
belong
ages
to the
of
gentlelady from
14
Washington.
and
The time now
16
belongs-
years old. Are
the
you
time-
going to cover up?
No, I'm
Are
not
you
gonna-
going to
I'm
continue
gonna
to
recognize
cover
the
up
gentleman
for
from
the
New Jersey
rich
for
and
his 5
powerful men,
minutes.
including those that might be on this committee?
I can yell
Or
too,
are
Mr.
you
Chairman.
going
I don't want to
to
yell
allow
above
them
this.
to
The time belongs
testify?
to the gentleman.
Welcome back to our channel, where we break down Washington's most explosive moments with facts and context. In today's hearing, Representative Jayapal, a longtime advocate for civil rights and immigrant protections, accused the FBI under Patel's leadership of overreach bias and selective enforcement. Patel, standing firm, rejected those claims, saying the Bureau's mission is to uphold the law without fear or favor, no matter who's being investigated. The exchange grew tense when Jayapal pressed Patel about recent targeted investigations and what she described as a pattern of intimidation against political activists and immigrant communities. She cited reports alleging that federal agents have disproportionately monitored minority groups under the guise of national security. Jayapal said, "This is not about keeping Americans safe. This is about silencing dissent. How can the FBI justify surveilling communities simply because of their faith or their politics?" Patel, visibly defensive but composed, pushed back sharply. He argued that every operation under his command follows legal protocol and judicial oversight. Patel fired back, "We don't target anyone for their beliefs. We target threats, real threats, that put Americans in danger." But Jayapal didn't back down. She accused the Bureau of weaponizing its powers against critics while ignoring cases involving political allies. Observers in the room described the tone as combative but controlled, with both sides refusing to yield. The exchange underscored a deeper divide, one between national security advocates who demand tough enforcement and civil liberty defenders who warn that unchecked surveillance erodes democracy. Here's what's important to note. Patel's FBI has faced bipartisan scrutiny over alleged political bias, both for and against former administrations. Jayapal's criticisms align with broader democratic concerns about civil rights violations and over-policing of dissent. However, official audits show many operations do have court-approved warrants, suggesting due process is being followed, though oversight transparency remains limited. This confrontation reflects a growing national debate. Where is the line between security and freedom? And more critically, who decides when that line is crossed? As hearings like this play out on live television, Americans are left wondering, is the FBI safeguarding democracy or stretching its powers beyond accountability? So we ask you, do you think congressional oversight can truly keep intelligence agencies in check? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more balanced political breakdowns.